This is my worst dating story that wasn't even an actual date. A few years ago, me and this girl, we were kind of flirting on Snap. It was never super serious. She lived in a different state. I live in Alabama, so, it was never going to work out. Well, one day she gets this idea and she decides, hey, I'm just going to go down to Alabama and see Noah. Now, she barely gives me pre-warning of this. And I kind of tell her, like, hey, that's not like a great idea. But she comes down to Alabama anyways, and she brings her parents with her. She gets this hotel that's like semi-close to my house, and first she's trying to like get me to go to the hotel. I make up some excuse. I'm like, oh no, I can't go to the hotel for whatever reason. So she's like, oh, well, I can just come to you. Now at this point, I kind of feel like she's like owed to see me. She came several states away. Regardless of whether or not I wanted her to, she's still here. She's only here for me. So I'm like, okay, fine. You can come to my house. I give her my address. Big mistake. She shows up to my house. We're talking for a while. She seems a tiny bit unhinged. She also brings her parents. I could tell her mom was like fully on board with this. And her dad, he was like the savvy one. He could tell something was up. He knew this wasn't kosher. Now she's talking with me, hanging out with me, trying to find every excuse to like get close to me. I'm hanging out with her for a bit, but I'm like, I can't handle this that long. How long is this going to last? Maybe like 2 hours in my head. This girl, she got there at like 6 p.m. and she didn't leave my house until around 2 or 3 a.m. And towards the end, I was kind of making it obvious that like I was tired. I wanted to go to bed and everything. And she was finding every single solitary excuse she could just so she could stay as long as humanly possible. Her dad caught on to this, and he's the one that got her to wrap it up and get out of there. Luckily, my dad is goated because he stayed up with me the whole time. So thankful that my dad did that. That is one of the top 10 dad moments right there for my dad personally. Oh, but sadly, the story did not end there. Because the next day, I'm sleeping. I'm in sleep. It's like 12 p.m. because I was up really late the night before. I wake up to a bunch of missed calls and texts from this girl. And she's outside my house. Apparently, I had like slept through all these calls and texts because, I was tired. And she had been there for like an hour because she wanted to say goodbye to me. Now, I go outside, I talk to her for like 30 minutes, and then she finally leaves. But it's still not over. Because after this, we still talk, but I start talking significantly less. Because obviously, I'm not feeling it. But she was still feeling it. Because a few days after this happened, she ends up sending me a 7-page long text. She took screenshots and notes to send it. And it was 7 screenshots, top to bottom, of text that she had sent to me about like how she felt about me. It was like an entire novel of fan fiction, if you will. I didn't read all that, of course. The gist of it at the end was kind of like, I think I know the answer, but do you have feelings for me? Yes or no? No. I said no, and that we could still be friends, whatever. And we just naturally started talking less and less.